it's Ondeane. I wanted to talk to you about the video that is coming up. I realized there was no start or end to the video, so I'm just adding that in now. This video was taken by my daughter when I read out loud at the World Read Aloud Day that was held at Skoobs the other day, and I just wanted to let you know what the video was. It's not very good quality because it was dark, and also she has ants in her pants, so she can't sit still, so just please bear with it. It's just where I read from the first chapter of my book that is coming out this year called Iridescent, so I hope you enjoy it.
Police stopped looking. Her dad left when she was 3, but she doesn't know any of those details because her mom never wanted to talk about it. Her darling grandmother died 2 months before her mother disappeared, so she had no one, and she had been shunned by everyone she knew and loved and left to fend for herself again. Boy, are you feeling sorry for yourself. Lighten up, life will get better. Enough of this moping around, get a grip, she reprimanded herself. And there I go again, talking to myself, again. Sky looked up and saw someone eyeing her from the seat across from hers. The woman looked concerned and a little freaked out. Was I talking out loud to myself again? She thought. But then she realized she must have been pulling different faces while talking to herself. She was also doing weird and unusual things when she spoke to herself. Shame. The poor soul staring at her must have thought that she was placing a spell on her. Most people think that when she gets started. I had to look away as I couldn't help giggling to myself at the thought. Anyway, I hope it's not too busy in Scotland. I would like to live on a mountain or something, away from too many people. It would be wonderful if I could find a house on a lonely road, maybe even on the side of a mountain. Eventually, after we had been flying for just over 7 hours, we landed in Scotland's airport. I was grateful to have reached Scotland because my body was feeling the 7-hour flight, and it was starting to take revenge. Now, to find a place to stay, I thought to myself, hopefully there are places available, as I didn't even have time to book a place to stay. I just left as quickly as possible. Thinking back, that may not have been such a great idea, especially seen as it was the festive season. Oh boy, it was definitely not a good idea, Sky. You really didn't think this through, I reprimanded myself for the second time today. I'd been to 4 places already and they were all full. I must have looked seriously lost because when I looked up, there was a cute guy standing right in front of me with a crooked smile on his face, looking very amused. I got such a fright that someone was so inside my personal space that I almost pushed him away. Yes, can I help you? I snapped at the stranger. He didn't seem taken aback and just smiled and said, no, but I'm sure I can help ye, lass. Ye look like ye having a problem finding a place to stay. I almost carried on being rude, but I knew that I needed this guy's help, otherwise I may end up sleeping on the street. So I nodded to him without a word. He didn't even seem to notice how uncomfortable I felt and told me to follow him. He took me to a little inn that was a lot quieter than everywhere else. This place will do the trick, lass. I hope you find your way from here to where you need to go tomorrow. Good luck, lass, he said. I wasn't quite sure what to make of his friendliness, but he seemed to give away so freely. But I was grateful for his help and smiled at him and said thank you. Once inside the inn, which was named Briar Rose Inn, I was able to book a room and get some food for supper. I ordered a bottle of wine as well, because I thought that after a day that I've had, I deserved a bottle. After supper, I settled in front of the fireplace in my room with my bottle of wine and the book I was reading. This was the life. I loved the cold weather, the fireplace, the peacefulness, the wine and my book. I didn't realize how tired I was and I must have drifted away while sitting on the chair. I woke with a fright though, when my book fell off my lap onto the floor and my arm jerked and I almost hit myself in the head. I think if anyone was watching me, they would have laughed themselves silly. I first sat there a bit, just getting my bearings about me, and then decided to see if I could find some tea downstairs, and maybe a map of Scotland, and some information on where I could settle down, as I still had no idea. I was quite surprised to find someone downstairs, and he willingly went to make me a pot of tea, which I was extremely grateful for. As he was leaving for the kitchen, he also pointed me to the information centre, as he called it. There was really not much there, so I sat looking through a booklet on things you could do in Scotland while on holiday. When he came back with my tea, and I thanked him and decided to have a chat with him. He looked harmless enough. Well, he actually looked like a sweet old man. I found out his name was Angus, and I told him that my name was Sky, and told him the story of why I was there. Not the whole story, mind you, just the summarized version. It was too painful to relive all the details. I was a little alarmed when he got a very naughty look in his eyes and started giggling. And my face must have given me away because he tried hard to stop and apologized. I'm sorry, lassie, but I couldn't help but have a laugh to myself, you see. We have an island named Skye, and I thought how funny it would be if you went to live on Skye and your name is Skye, he said, and started giggling again. At which point I had to join him, because as I thought about it, I realized it would be quite funny. Plus, he had quite a funny laugh. Eventually, after we had gotten over the amusement of it, I asked him, "What is Skye like, Angus?" "Oh, lass, it is truly something beautiful. Rolling green hills, it's cloudy and rains quite a lot, probably why it's so green. It stays cool, which I recall you saying you enjoy the cold," he answered. "Oh yes, I love the cold," I replied. "Please tell me more," I asked while sitting forward in my chair. "Well, there is beauty in every direction, and the people are so hospitable that they make you feel like you come home, and that you are not just a tourist. The ruling families in Skye have been the MacLeods of Dunvegan, and their castle still stands at the north, and the MacLeods of Sleet's castle is in the south. But I am sure that I'm not doing it any justice. You really need to go take the ferry and see it for yourself," he replied. I sat staring at him in awe. Castles, hills, mountains, rain, snow and cold. It sounded like a fairy tale, and I wanted that fairy tale. "Thank you, Angus. I think you just helped me decide where I'm going to relocate to." "I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful," I said, beaming from ear to ear, and then abruptly yawned so widely that I'm sure I almost swallowed Angus. "It's only a pleasure, lass. I'm glad I could be of assistance to you. But now you need to get to bed before you swallow me whole," he said with a jolly chuckle, and I nodded. I thanked him again and surprised myself by giving him a hug, and then made my way to my room. When I got up to my room, I started getting ready for bed and noticed that it was already 3 a.m. and almost stumbled over my shoes. I got such a shock. While I was getting ready for bed, I was making my list for tomorrow. Find info on how to get to the island of Skye. Find out where to find a place to stay. Find out where all the stores are. Book another night here while I get everything ready. Alright, Skye, go to sleep now, seriously. Talking to myself again, I shook my head.
That was it. As I said, I apologize for the quality. It was dark and very noisy, but it was quite nerve-wracking, because it's the first time that I've actually read out loud in front of people walking past the whole time, staring at you. But I tried not to look. So yes, I hope you enjoy it. I thought I'd just share it with you guys. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please click the notification. Please click the subscription block. And if you would like to be notified of when I upload, then you can click the notification bell. And also all of my links will be in the description block below. And then I will also link you to the live stream that Kim did for us. She's Kim from what's her company name? Tango with Text. So it's Kim from Tango with Text. She did the whole thing. She organized everything, and I'll put a link to her page as well below. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy your moments. Goodbye.